Welcome back to the 2025 Zimmer Biomet APP Newport Beach Open, our women's doubles bracket semifinal action getting ready to start here on championship court. The top seed Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman facing off against Bobbi, Oshiro, and Sofia, setting the number 5 seeds. And typically, fellas, we would say
the 2 seeds already out.
For what we've seen over the course of this tournament, the top seeds have had a target on their back and then some. That holding true for Braverman and Fudge. We saw the men's top seed go down despite being unbeaten on the court in the course of the season. As we take a look at our classic Pickles keys to the match, fellas, walk us through them.
Well, we talk about isolating Braverman, and what we mean by that a lot is to whoever is in front of her has to isolate her down that line. We've seen where she becomes vulnerable when you push her down that line to her backhand because she plays the left-hand side. If you can push her down that line, she's back, then she'll typically reset that, and now you can move both of them around from that kind of initiation right there.
Yeah, and what we've seen kind of from Braverman and Fudge throughout 2025, and then for Oshiro and Seving today, that middle is susceptible. On the Fudge and Braverman side, they're both left side players. They want to take their middle at times. They're both going for that ball. With Oshiro and Seving, newer partnership, still trying to figure out the communication for that middle. We saw some hesitation in the quarterfinal. As far as they just looked at each other and let that middle ball go. And then also in that third key of working the point, don't be too quick to pull the trigger here. Braverman and Fudge, exceptional on defense. Oshiro and Seving have a lot of power, but they need to choose the right spots for that. Watch for Megan Fudge to come out and be a little bit more aggressive here, as we're seeing her play continue throughout 2025.
Oh.
Goodness.
Oh, no. Oh, just wide right there.
And that's what it's going to take.
That's right on Chad's cue right there, right?
That's
they just get everything back, that being Braverman and Fudge. There's the pushback, and now that was with Braverman on the right side because they've started this way right now. That's what
I was just about to say. Typically we've seen Braverman on the left, Fudge on the right.
They're thinking something here as far as situational scenarios and strategies go right now.
Well, Oshiro and Seving seem to be thinking something as well. They've gotten off to a 3-0 start. Sails wide as Braverman and Fudge able to get on serve. It feels like against a team as solid defensively as Braverman and Fudge, those 3 points to start off the bat, crucial for Seving and Oshiro. Right through the middle, Braverman scores the first point for the top seeds.
Yes, go down the line there, but it has to be more aggressive. Not a one-hand punch right there. Braverman actually got herself out of position when she came over and tried to close middle a little bit more.
Ooh. Got that ball down at her feet.
Yeah.
And a little off pace.
1-3-2.
Yeah, and that's Oshiro looks right at Seving going, my bad. I know where I need to go with that. She hits that right into the Megan Fudge slide. We talked about that yesterday in mixed doubles with Fudge. When she slides, you got to hit into the body.
Sails long off the paddle of Seving, 3-all. And the one thing that we saw in their quarterfinal, Chad, is that Oshiro and Seving were prone to making errors, but it did not hurt them.
3-3-2.
However, Fudge and Braverman, if you make those mistakes, they'll make you pay.
Exactly. They're not going to give you the opportunities
what's that?
To make up for your mistakes, like what happened in the quarterfinal.
And they're right there. It's having full extension right there. Gets that off the edge guard. Good spot on the speed up.
3-3-2.
Ooh.
It's not a ball that Oshiro misses very often, but the result is a side out.
Nice drop there, 7. Letting that get a little tight to the body.
4-3-1.
Braverman stepping across, read it right, just put it into the tape. And how quickly that 3-point lead was erased.
4-3-2.
Missed return by 7. And it is 5-3-2.
5-3-2.
And again, 7 caught, fully extended, puts it into the net, and a timeout taken by Oshiro and 7 as they have been doubled up here in the early stages of the opening game.
Yeah, just a few too many errors here for Oshiro and 7. Braverman and Fudge made them work a little bit, but I think it's more so Oshiro and 7 kind of a little late to some balls. Like you said, typically we don't see Oshiro miss that backhand down into the net. So I'd like to see Oshiro and 7 kind of try and pick up the intensity a little bit. I think they've got a good opportunity right here where Braverman and Fudge, kind of
they're too comfortable.
Being a little comfortable.
They're a little comfortable right now, and almost a little, I want to say, not even lackadaisical,
cocky?
But yeah. Just the way that, they're
it's more so the body
right
language of Braverman right now. Dom, you and I talked about it. She's kind of walking around the court like there's no sweat, no pressure right here. This is just another walk in the park. So
Oshiro and 7 need to change that here immediately out of the timeout.
How do they change that?
I answered that before.
Not like that.
Good move there from Fudge. Still apologizing. Obviously didn't mean to go at the body right there.
Oh, Oshiro pays back off the paddle of Fudge.
Double win.
Braverman.
3-7-1. Point.
That's a good ball right there from 7. A little dead dink into the kitchen. Fudge trying to get that out of the air. There's not much on it.
4-7-1.
That's great.
Missed
return.
third right on the back of the line.
4-7-2. Side out.
Again, it's more so the errors from Oshiro and 7 than Braverman and Fudge really putting pressure on right now.
Second serve.
Second serve on the way.
7-4-2. Side out.
Missed drive, side out. So a good, well, I would say defensive stand, but not really. Those are just 2 quick errors committed by Fudge and Braverman.
It's kind of trading off errors right now from both teams.
Nice roll there from Oshiro. Catches the top of the edge guard. Elicits a loud cheer from the crowd.
I wonder which side the crowd's behind right now.
5-7-1.
Ooh, good overhead right there.
Yep.
Right toward the feet of Oshiro.
5-7-2. Side out.
First finger wag of the match from Braverman as she saunters back towards the line.
7, yes. 7-5-1. Point.
Those are just the type of balls that Seving's not going to be able to afford to miss if they want to stay in this game and in the match.
8-5-1.
Good move there from Braverman. Recognizing the opportunity to poach and go straight into the body of Seving.
9-5-1.
Right inside the back line.
That's tough to keep that in, too, because you don't want to hit that too soft so that your opponent can tee off on it, but you want to get it hard enough that it gets past them, and she dots the baseline.
Game point, another timeout taken here by Oshiro and Seving. It is 10-5-1. After that 3-0 start, it has been a 10-2 run in favor of the top seeds.
Well, you're going to get a couple of errors out of Fudge and Braverman. That's a given, but they're for the most part going to make you work for every point. Like I said multiple times already, Oshiro and Seving, just way too many errors and somewhat free points for Fudge and Braverman, and they're not, going to allow you back into a game.
Now, you cannot compound the issues because Fudge and Braverman just too good defensively. They know the right spots. They're not going to beat themselves.
No, you have to create opportunities, and right now, Oshiro and Seving are not creating any opportunities here.
What's different about the run that Fudge and Braverman are on versus the way the first 3 points started?
I'll tell you one thing right now. I guarantee you Oshiro and Seving, we're not planning on Fudge and Braverman to be playing left-right this way. When they discussed game plan, they were discussing Braverman on the left, Fudge on the right. This has thrown them for a little bit of a loop here, I think.
Fudge stepping across. Seving holds her ground, puts it through the middle. Second serve on the way.
Two.
7 too soft into the tape. Game 1 goes to the top seeds. Fudge and Braverman take it 11-5 with eyes on yet another championship Sunday.
This is what you're waiting for. People ready to ride. People ready to ride. This is what you're waiting for. People ready to ride.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Now it's not the time to give up, but to give in. I won't allow it. You won't allow it. I mean, the couch doesn't own you. You own you. Am I right? Of course I'm right. You can do this. Well, maybe not this. But you get the idea, right? Don't be a couch potato.
Find a doctor at you'llbeback.com. Arnold says, do it now.
When you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
The APP is sponsored by USA Pickleball, official sanctioning body of the APP Tour. Franklin, official ball of the APP Tour. And Aura Organic, rooted in science, powered by nature. Welcome back to Championship Court. Megan Fudge, Jill Braverman trying to become the first #1 seed of the tournament to advance to Championship Sunday. Every other top seed has been cut short in the semifinal. They are halfway there. Relentless pressure, Fudge just long.
Braverman just hung out back
at the
baseline and watched Fudge.
There for moral support.
She was. She's like, go ahead, Megan, you got this.
0-0-1.
She's like, take over, Meg. Ooh, body shot right there. You had Braverman slide into that forehand, and then Seving reads the slide, goes right into the body.
1-0-1.
Missed third from Seving.
Almost thought Oshiro got in the way of Seving, took half the court away as Oshiro tried to creep up that center line.
And again, it looks like there's a little congestion going after that third that's up the middle.
Yeah.
Whose ball should that be?
Just communicate. I think both of them are good hitting that. Just someone call it early.
Braverman and Fudge standing strong for the point.
1-1-1.
Oshiro finding some space cross court. Second serve coming.
Yeah, better fourth there from Oshiro, going down toward the feet of Braverman through transition.
1-1-2.
Good hands by Fudge and Braverman again.
Megan on 2. 2-1-2.
Missed third, side out.
One, 2-1.
Fudge with the Ernie through the middle.
Yeah, good move there from Fudge and a good setup by Braverman. Taking this one out of the air, so it pulls Oshiro out wide. She just lunges at it, creates the pop-up. Nope.
Seving not able to get there off of the net cord dribbler side out.
very confused right now. Can't get a read on the body language of Braverman on the court.
Oshiro sends it long.
Timeout receivers.
Timeout taken on court. It's a 4-1 lead for the top seeds.
It's a commanding lead right now for Braverman and Fudge.
I mean, really, right now, the way that Braverman and Fudge are playing, it looks like a momentous task for Oshiro and Seving, just not able to really do anything that's going to bother Fudge and Braverman.
No, nothing is bothering them, and even moving the ball around right now, they're all over it. Braverman playing so well right now on the right side. She's not being able to be pushed around. Seving's not pushing her to the forehand because Braverman's got such a good reach. She's reaching back, getting that, resetting that dink.
15 seconds.
It appears that they are continuing to target Seving out of the partnership. What are they seeing there that, in your opinion, they feel like they can exploit?
Well, again, I think they are kind of targeting Seving a little bit, and when Oshiro does get a ball, she's kind of overhitting it right now.
Yeah.
So we've seen Oshiro overhit, try and do a little too much. So right now, it's just got to be settled down. When Oshiro does get that ball, don't do too much with it. And Seving's just got to continue to move the ball around right now. Don't try and target any spot. Move the ball around. Again, I think it threw them off a little bit that they're playing the way they are, side to side, putting Fudge on the left and Braverman on the right. I think Oshiro and Seving planned for them to be the other way. So this is a little bit of a change, and they have not adjusted well.
Time in. 4-1-1.
A really nice reach there from Oshiro to get it and bring it back into the court.
Well, it was almost identical to a ball a couple of points ago where Braverman reached in out of the air and pulled Oshiro out wide, and she ended up popping it up. This time, much better adjustment, making that ball bounce.
This is a good ball right there from Braverman. She takes the ball out of the middle and pulls it backside on Seving. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, good ball, takes it out, doesn't give Seving reaction time, but Seving also gets stuck. She ends up with her feet wide. She ends up just overreaching for that ball.
Medium pace ball by Oshiro forces the side out, but there is work to do. Trailing by 4 here in game number 2. Fudge and Braverman trending towards yet another championship Sunday.
Well, now you see Oshiro and Seving switching sides.
Do you like the side switch from Oshiro and Seving, or is it just out of necessity?
No, change it up right now, right? Give a different look. Oh.
Cannot have that.
Oshiro was off right there. She was about to serve, and the score hadn't been called. She pulled herself back and then went. Her rhythm was off.
Overhead not coming back?
Nope. It's almost a given with an overhead and Bobbi Oshiro.
We did see Alexa Scholl get a paddle on one earlier.
Fudge all over that counter, though, but just off the tape. Much needed hold with nothing given up for Oshiro and Seving.
Missed return for the point. Oshiro and Seving needing a gift.
2-5-1.
Several gifts.
Some good points and some help. still continuing to go after serving until there's a ball that they can put away.
2-5-2. Side out.
Oshiro just standing a little too tall there, trying to catch Fudge on the uncoil.
You have 5. 5, Megan. 5-2-1.
A little extra behind that one.
Why not? Good setup right there. Catching Fudge as she was still moving.
5-2-2.
Oh, goodness. That is a Bobbi bag for sure.
Great reach from Oshiro.
Seving puts it in the back of the court.
That's good ball right there.
That's a good step over. And try and overhit it. Added some shape.
3-5-1.
Nope. Ooh.
Just a split second of hesitation is enough for the timing to be off, the stroke to be off, and to pop that ball up.
3-5-2.
Seving trying to pull the trigger on a ball lower to the net, side out. Off the top of the tape and in
now,
second serve.
Now they get that point right there, but they have Braverman on the left now. This is what they want. And Seving had a couple opportunities to push this ball down the line, and she didn't. She continued to go cross court. It's not setting anything up for them.
Good couple of balls there from Oshiro, putting the pressure on, getting the ball down to the feet. Aggressive.
Dom, did you notice when Braverman moved to the left?
That was
that sequence.
The sequence?
Yeah, it was actually the one before that.
So when they started out serving at 5-3.
Oh, Bobbi.
That was sneaky.
I believe it was at 5. It was at 5-2.
5-2?
Yeah, they didn't uncoil, and they've stayed this way.
All right.
Now they're going to go back now.
Point. Timeout receivers, 5-5-1, 1 minute.
Timeout taken on court as Oshiro and Seving battling here in game number 2. They've come back to tie things at 5. But fellas, they've had to work this hard just to reach a tie.
Well, they came back too because, again, they've put Braverman for some reason on the left. They even on serve, they kept her on the left for some odd reason. I don't know if they're trying to change the look up for some apparent reason, but again, keeping with the strength of what they're going to do, they want to have them really get back into that, right? So get back into that where they're putting Braverman on the right. Or excuse me.
13 seconds remaining timeout.
Yes, on the right and Fudge on the left. I'm confused my left and right.
I mean, they've even confused you at this point.
Yeah, I know. But I think they're going to go back to it right here. They were attempting to do it there, and then that ball skipped on Braverman on the serve to tie things up at 5 apiece.
First serve coming out at the timeout.
Well, they're going to stay here.
5-5-1.
Ooh, Oshiro again. Just not quite getting underneath the ball. She's put a couple of those forehands into the top of the net now.
That's a great drop right there from Oshiro.
Oshiro and Seving take the lead. It's their first since it was 3-2 in the opening game.
6-5-2.
That ball just 8-7 up right there. Got into the body.
Fudge and Braverman, some of the best at making in-game adjustments.
As that
Into
middle
the net,
ball.
6-all.
Yeah, that confusion right there. The new partnership of Seving and Oshiro, that middle ball causing some issues. Been exposed here by Fudge and Braverman a little bit.
6-6-1.
Perfect spot.
Yep.
Perfect spot right over the backhand of Bobbi Oshiro. If you're going to lob from that side, that's the spot to go.
7-6-1.
Second serve coming.
A good spot right there from Seving. Again, finding the feet of Braverman through transition.
7-6-2.
Oshiro finally able to put the overhead away.
I'll leave it to Bobbi Oshiro to put an overhead away. Finds an angle.
6-7-1.
I'll say placement over power, but that was placement and power.
Yep. Better to have both.
Yeah.
Braverman was sitting dead red, did not fool her at all.
Sofia on the left. 6-7-2.
Look out. Oshiro just a little overextended there. Couldn't quite control it off the paddle.
7-6-1.
Seving thought about it, watched it fall out of bounds.
I thought she was going to take a knee right there. She usually does when she gets that low, but she's in a full squat position, trying to dig that out.
She never seems bothered.
No.
Though. Like, she's just like, okay, I can do it from here. It's fine.
She plays just as well.
What a combination from Oshiro to pull level at 7.
But again, it's the elevated ball, and we talked about this earlier, Dorian, as far as why we're seeing more balls kind of up at the chest, or we're seeing like a couple of people have been hit in the throat or in the top of the head this week. You know, it's the elevated ball that if it does get blocked, it ends up popping up.
Second serve. By roll call stand. Second serve.
Not too sure from our angle.
Sofia on 7.
7-7-2.
7-7-2. Side out.
I do even up here, 7 apiece. Good job from Seving and Oshiro. But again,
7-7-1.
it's Fudge and Braverman. They just don't seem bothered at all right now.
Hole opened up in the middle, and Fudge took advantage.
Well, that's a good spot right there. You saw Seving shift to the right to cover the line. Oshiro was a little late sliding to the middle.
Seving able to catch Braverman in the body. Second serve.
Braverman saying that's out. Yes,
Yeah,
it was going out. If you can get out of the way of it. Every ball that she's been hit by has been going out.
Oshiro watches it go wide, side out.
7-8-1.
Oh, Oshiro flips the offensive lob. We are tied at 8.
Well, that was an offensive lob, a great offensive lob. It was aggressive. It wasn't high. It just got up and over the top quickly.
8-8-1. Second serve.
Miss serve.
Ouch.
That could prove costly.
8-8-2.
Oshiro sprays it wide, and every time it seems like Oshiro and Seving might be able to start stringing some together. They're hampered by an error, and at this point in the match, there's not that many points remaining. Offensive timeout taken here, 8-8-1. What's allowed Seving and Oshiro to stay and hang with Fudge and Braverman here in game number 2?
Well, they found some good spots. They've moved the ball around a little more, and like Chad said, they've bodied up Braverman a few times here. I'd say at least 3 or 4 times, and caused some either a weak block back over for an overhead or just a bag, and you know they're taking advantage of that. So you talk about that upper body area and getting hit. We've seen it a lot this weekend, and again, nothing personal, just business here. You can't block really well when it's up, you know, near your chest.
Well, there also hasn't been as many free points. I think, for the most part, Seving and Oshiro have cleaned things up a little bit. It's still a little loose at times, but I think that was the biggest hindrance for them in game one, was just the sheer amount of errors and somewhat free points.
Coming up after this semifinal, still one more to go. Our second and final women's doubles semi. Championship Sunday for women's doubles still yet to be said. Who is going to be moving on for an opportunity to play for the gold? It has been a full day of action here at the Tennis and Pickleball Club of Newport Beach. Fudge and Braverman trying to become the lone top seed to advance to Championship Sunday.
Oh, just
wide. Patience pays off. Better angle there from Seving to force the side out.
It's a timeout almost working the benefit of Oshiro and Seving.
8-8-1.
Wow.
Seving down the line with the finger wave, no less. Oh my goodness.
Gives it back.
Seving. I mean, that's the first fully clean backhand counter that we've seen from it. That was a bullet right there. Created the pop-up, but yeah, she's letting Braverman know.
That's a great reset. What a reset on the lob from Braverman.
The only problem, if I'm Seving and I give the finger wave, I don't think I want to antagonize Jill Braverman.
No, and don't.
And do not do that. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Yeah, you can't do the finger wave and then miss your serve.
No.
That's one of the somewhat free points right there. It's not a difficult ball. Seving's missed a couple of those throughout both these games. Good point.
And it brings up match point.
Excellent ball movement right there from both teams. Oshiro really having to scramble a couple of times right there.
10-9-1.
One match point saved. Still another left to go.
Fudge was full Statue of Liberty right there.
10-9-2.
Oh, no. Oh.
Right through the middle for the winner. Fudge and Braverman were tested, but they are through. The top seeds moving back into Championship Sunday.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours. Because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Oh, Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman becoming the first #1 seeds here at Newport Beach to make it through to Championship Sunday. Holding on down the line, taking game 2, 11-9. They'll join Dorian Kraft courtside with our Franklin post-match interview.
Megan, Jill, congratulations. Back to yet another Championship Sunday for the two of you as a women's doubles pair. This was tested, but we saw something a little bit different from you guys. You guys switched sides to start. Now, you don't have to give me all the secrets. Is this matchup specific, or is this something that you guys are working on just to throw a wrinkle to your opponents?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something we're just working on in our games. We've kind of talked about it for the last 6 months, and we're like, you know what, it's happening in Newport. Let's put it into action. I put a little work on the court to make sure I'm ready on the left, and Jill trusts me there, and we can just play both ways. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of elaborate and expand in our game styles.
Well, if you said it was happening in Newport, what made this tournament the right time to try it?
Well, this is Jill's home. She's home here, so this is her home court, and if not here, where else?
That is very true. The hometown girl, Jill Braverman. Now, I don't know how much you guys have paid attention to the draws. You guys are the only #1 seed across all the draws to make it to Championship Sunday. What does that say to you about the depth of the talent here on the tour and just how successful you guys continue to be?
Every single tournament, everyone's getting better, putting in the hard work. The parity is really fun to see, and it pushes you to be better. Something Megan and I talk a lot about is a little bit better every single day.
Well, you guys are certainly fun to watch today. You'll be fun to watch tomorrow on Championship Sunday, our second and final women's doubles semifinal coming up next here at the Zimmer Biomet APP Newport Beach Open.